It's a spectacular day here in the Mediterranean, and we're opening a fine bottle of wine from the Myrtilo region in South Portugal. But how often have we taken for granted this little stopper, the wine cork? You see, cork is ideally suited to making a great bottle of wine because it's impervious to liquid, but yet lets in a small amount of air, which is needed for the good maturation of a great wine. Now, over 1/3 of the world's cork forests are found right here in Portugal. And these cork forests make for some incredible birding habitat. In fact, singularly, the most important habitat for birds in Portugal, but yet also its most imperiled. Walk through any mature cork woodland like this one right here, and you're sure to come across a huge assortment of great birds, like this Eurasian or European nuthatch above me in this oak tree. Springtime in the Montardouche, or cork woodland, is the busiest time of the year for many birds. As well as nuthatches feeding their young, we also pause to watch a magnificent redstart couple raising their hungry brood. Those birds that hadn't actively started nesting were calling vociferously from this woodland. There were chaffinch, goldfinch, and winter wrens all calling actively, singing to attract partners. From the Montardouche woodland, we drove the nearby countryside to try and spot as many signature South Portugal species as possible. Black-eared wheat here?
Yeah, and look,
just on the
plat.
Tawny pipits can also be found alongside the black-eared wheatears, sitting on the fence posts prominently. Driving the South Portugal countryside makes for really easy birding. The roads are extremely quiet, and the birds are always in abundance. Two of the prettiest European birds that are easily found at this time of the year in South Portugal are the European bee-eaters and the splendid European rollers. We've got a raptor flying over the grassland here. It's a harrier. We've got Montague's harrier. There's a nice diversity of raptors in this area. Several species of harriers can be seen quartering over the fields and marshland, including Montagues and European marsh harriers, along with the snake-hunting short-toed eagles and the cutest diurnal little owls. There's a whole big kettle of something up ahead here. Frank, do you think could those be vultures or?
Yeah, they're griffins.
When birding the South Portugal countryside, be sure to stop at any body of water to check for shorebirds like little ringed plovers and also for water birds like great crested grebes. Great white storks are everywhere in springtime, nesting on top of buildings, telephone poles and on top of trees. A highlight of our drive was a confiding adult great spotted cuckoo, which can be a really tough bird to find anywhere in Europe. Not far from paradise in Portugal is a great birding spot called Pulo de Lobo. This is it behind me here, and it means the wolf's leap. Legend has it that hunters were hunting a wolf here in the Middle Ages, and they lost it at this little gap in the river where this wolf jumped over the river onto the other side and so escaped the hunters. This ravine is actually a ravine within a ravine, because as the river hit the softer rock, it carved out this little narrow channel between the greater sides of the walls of the ravine. And this is where this wolf escaped his captors. We're going to now head down into this ravine and do some birding.
This Birding from the Edge segment is brought to you by Nikon, manufacturers of the Edge line of optics.
I'm sitting here at Pulo de Lobo, the exact spot where legend has it that a wolf jumped over this raging river to escape some hunters. Now, if I were a hunter hunting a wolf, I can tell you something. There is no ways that I would follow that wolf to the other side. But this is a wonderful birding spot with blue rock thrush, rock buntings and crag martins in abundance. This is Birding from the Edge. Seeing the blue rock thrush at Pulo del Lobo was really special. I've seen some wonderful rock thrushes in Africa and Madagascar, but this has to be the most beautiful of them all. Well, wasn't that marvelous? We've had cracker views of blue rock thrush here at this beautiful, beautiful location. Tell us why this is so special, Frank.
Well, this stuck in the middle of the plains, you've got a completely different habitat. You've got blue rock thrush like we saw, we've got rock bunting, we've got crag martin here, we've got barn swallow, red rump swallow, and this is the original location. Before man came along, this is the original type of location where swallows would have made their nests. And I feel very special about this place because this is the exact spot where I first got into birding. Somebody gave me a pair of bins and said, look at that little brown job. And I said, no, it's not brown, I've got a yellow one. And he said, no, that's the little brown job. And I said, no! it was a serit, you know, beautiful. A really nice little bird, but to the eye, it's brown. Bins, bright yellow, and that's the beauty of birding.
Well, what a wonderful location. We're off tomorrow to look for our golden bird, the Great Bustard. Well, there's nothing like a birding and viticulture expedition. Here at Paradise in Portugal, we take our birding very, very seriously. Tell me about the wine.
Well, the wine, it has to have 3 prerequisites to get onto our wine list. A, it has to be Portuguese.
Right.
B, it has to have a cork in it, and the first 2 normally go together. But the third one is a bit different because every single bottle has to have a picture of a bird on it. So as you can see, we've got quite a few birds.
That's great.
And it's actually quite a good way of choosing your wine list because there's so many good Portuguese wines, it's difficult to choose between them. So you choose ones that have a bird on it, and you've got the good, the bad, and the plain revolting.
Well, tell me what's the good here and what's the plain revolting. And let's start with the plain revolting.
I can't do the plain revolting, I'll get sued.
All right. What's a good one?
Good ones. Guarda-Rios is very nice.
Okay, with a kingfisher on it, right?
Yeah, Quinta La Rosa is very nice. Graus is very nice. Grush is very nice. Quinta de Falcão is very good, and also Herdade de Comporta is very good. Herdade de Comporta is very close to where we went this morning, yeah, at the Lagoa Santander. That's all grown around there. Guarda-Rios is Ribetechano, yeah, it comes from near where we crossed over the Sado.
Okay,
yeah. Quinta de La Rosa comes from the Douro, and the Graus,
which is what we're drinking right here.
which is what we're drinking right now, comes from Great Bastard country.
All right, for tomorrow, looking for Great Bustards. Here's to a great day tomorrow with a great glass of Graus. Cheers.